Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mention It All podcast. I am excited to be joined today by a returning guest, a colleague and friend of mine. You know her as the hands behind the controls at Bravo Historian, and she also is a content manager here at Betches, working on the Always On account, hilarious pop culture memes all the time. And now she's also helping out with Bravo by Betches, so I thought it was the perfect time to have her back on the show to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you know, other things that are happening in the Bravo universe. So Samantha Bush, welcome back to the show. How's it going?
Thank you. That intro was so nice. Colleague, friend,
it was just like factual. I don't know.
Just dropping facts. I know, but it's always nice to hear. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You know, we were just messaging earlier about Dorit's memoir, which has a cover now that's coming out in the spring. So another book to add to the pile.
Yeah, I have a Bravo shelf on my bookcase, so I will definitely she'll be next to Heather Gay's memoir.
Which one?
The most recent one.
Good Time Girl. Okay. Did you read? Wait, have you read both?
No, I haven't cracked the spine on Good Time Girl.
I've read both cover to cover, Sam.
Of course.
The next book I need to read is another reality TV star memoir, Macy Neely from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I have a PDF copy of her memoir, Told You So, that I need to dig into. Actually, I should do that today.
I want to know what Dorit's burdened by. Like, what makes her unburdened? You know what I mean? Like, what does this title mean?
I mean, Macy's is called Told You So. Like, what is that?
Yeah. It's like, told us what?
I also like Sheena's being my good side. It's like, I guess because she like has a good side, but like, okay. I like when someone's memoir title is like specific to their life experience and not just like a little bit of like a quippy catchphrase that, you know, was like on a list of 20 things. And somebody was like, oh, that sounds good. Like Lisa Rinna's that's coming out in the spring is like, you better believe I'm going to talk about it. And like, that's exactly what it should be.
Yeah. Like, is it a really long book title? Yes, but it's so Lisa, and I know exactly what I'm going to get from that title. But Unburdened, a Dorit Kemsley memoir. I don't know.
A Dorit Kemswar, if you will.
No, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. These books are usually pretty quick to get through, so I'm not too mad about reading them. But it's like, wow, I could be reading like Jane Austen.
I'm deep in my ACOTAR right now. Like, I'm in fairyland.
Oh God, I respect the journey, but I have friends that have been very into ACOTAR, and whenever they start describing it to me, I'm like, respectfully, for that reason, I'm out.
No, that's how I felt when I was watching Outlander, because I was describing it to people and it sounds insane. I'm like, they traveled through time through rocks. Like, it's a journey.
It is like, it's interesting, like the reality TV paired with romantasy books is like a very interesting combination. Like, do you feel like, does reading for you scratch like a different itch than watching your girlies, your shows?
Yeah, it helps my eyesight, I think, not be so strained by staring at screens all day. So there's that. But also just like, I'm dealing with another set of like delusion. Like, it's delusional, but in like a different way, in like a more like romancy way. Like, I wouldn't say Housewives is like romantic, you know?
It's like pretty decidedly unromantic a lot of the time. You know, people are getting divorced. We're seeing just like some of the most toxic relationships
cheating
known to screen. Are there any like truly romantic Housewives storylines? I'm trying to think, because like even things that I feel like are sold to us as being romantic, I'm like, I don't feel romance coming from Teresa and Louise. It's like on paper romantic, but like it's not serving me the fantasy of romance.
The first person I think of is Marisol and Boo Bear. Like, to me, they feel cute. Like, that is a love story I can get behind.
I love Marisol's little nicknames for everyone. Like when she and Stephanie were like working through their issues the other week, and she was like, "We're doing good, Mighty Mouse." It's like, what?
No, I know when she calls Lisa
Mighty
Monkey.
Mouse, Boo Bear, Monkey.
They're
so random.
Like, they're so random, but they fit so well. Like, I don't know what they mean, but I love it.
And I love that Alexia is just bro.
Alexia is bro. Alexia is always bro.
It's like everybody else has a cute nickname, and then it's just like bro.
Her closest, dearest friend.
Yeah, her closest. Well, that's the thing. Like, the closest, dearest friend doesn't get a cute nickname. They get like the like dumb thing that you just like came up with one time and then it stuck.
Yeah.
You don't get to be Mighty Mouse.
You don't get to be Monkey.
How have you felt about this season of Real Housewives of Miami? I feel like we haven't really talked about it too much.
I am really enjoying it. I think they've hit their stride, but it feels like this season is going on forever. Like, it just feels like it's never ending.
I feel the same way because when they were in Spain, I was like, this trip to Sevilla is beautiful. I love the flamenco dresses. I love that they're painting tiles. I love that they're, in the plaza. Great. Beautiful. And then there was that like extra episode of the Spain trip where then they went on the jet to Marbella so Julia could ask one of the two guys that she wants to be the godfather to Luca and the other one. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so now this trip feels like it's been really long, but like still good. Mm-hmm. And then they come back and then they go on the cruise. And I feel like the cruise, I am sure that, Comcast, NBC, Universal was paid handsomely for that Virgin Voyages product placement over the course of those two episodes.
Yes.
But it was very deeply to me like, why are we on a cruise? Why are we already took the big trip. We already took the little trip.
Yeah.
What is this third thing and why is it tacked on to the end? And then also, why are there 2 more episodes once they come back from the cruise?
I don't know. And I also think it feels like a little bit of a weird season. And I don't know why, but in the sense that they changed the date that it airs on. So it was originally airing on Wednesdays. And then there was like that double episode week where we got one on Wednesday and Thursday. So I've just like, and then the cruise of it all, I'm just like, we need to wrap it up. I need to get to this reunion.
Yeah, I think the last couple seasons of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which we'll get to Salt Lake City in a few minutes, but like the last couple seasons, they have ended on the cast trip with these explosive final dinners at the destination, sitting around the table, and then we're left basically with a cliffhanger.
Yeah, like reeling.
It feels like obviously not every season, not every cast trip is going to have the exact right set of circumstances to just end with a bang like that. But it does feel like on Miami this season that maybe they have like overstayed their welcome a little bit. And it's like, I actually think all of this maybe would have been a little more impactful if it ended like 2 weeks ago.
I agree. It's just like, let's land the plane,
let's land the jet.
Plane. Yeah. Let's dock the boat. Let's dock the cruise.
We'll land the jet and we will make sure that nobody ripped the seats with zippers or anything. And if they do, they will be invoiced for that damage.
Yeah. Jetiquette.
The jetiquette of it all. I'm interested to see their reunion because it's going to be a 3-parter. Julia and Adriana have apparently not been speaking since they filmed this season. Todd and Alexia have now fully divorced and are allegedly not together at all. I think that's like a fascinating development that we didn't see over the course of the season. So I do think that this reunion has potential to be pretty spicy. I feel like the Miami women kind of always bring it at the reunion. But yeah, I feel like I have enjoyed Miami this season, but I am ready to kind of move on.
I'm ready for Potomac.
I'm ready for Potomac. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When this is coming out, we will be in Potomac premiere week. So Potomac comes out this weekend. If you're watching or listening to this, Potomac looks like it's going to be so good this season. And I'm just like so happy to be able to say that.
I cannot wait. Like, I think we have this like very high expectation sometimes, especially with Potomac, because they were hit after hit after hit. It's like they're allowed to have like one season where it's maybe a little, we're in like an in-between thing. Because last season there was no Robin, I believe. If I'm correct. I kind of miss her, hot take. But now we have Monique coming back, which is crazy. And at the return of Ash Top. Like, I can't wait.
The Monique return is really a question mark for me. Not in a way that I don't hate Monique. I don't even dislike her. I just am a little uncertain of what her place on this show is going to look like in 2025, because it feels like the last season that she was on, of course, that was when she and Candace had their altercation. That was also in like the depths of the pandemic, and just going back to that place, both for Potomac reasons and for world reasons, just feels like I don't want to go back there. And so I'm hoping that Monique can come back to the show with a really fresh energy and not feel like we're sort of wading back into that space that we were in 2020, 2021, when just like everything sucked, quite frankly. No, but really. I'm also curious, like, how much she's going to be on the season. Cause I think that's something too, where it's like, we know that Monique is like back. We know that she's going to be a friend of, but that can mean a lot of different things. And so I'm hoping that it's like a fresh, fun, positive addition back to the cast. But I'm not like singing the praises of, you know, Bravo that Monique is back on my screen yet.
I'm more curious because she went out in such a weird way, in my opinion, with the binder and like giving my marriage as an institution energy, and now she's divorced. So I'm kind of curious, like, how, like, is she going to talk about that? Because like she went out being like, we are a unit, we're a team. Like, I have a husband, all of you bitches are losers, you don't, like, kind of vibe. So I'm interested to see what she does.
I wonder how many homes she got to keep in the divorce.
I don't know. Like, I can't get a good read on her Instagram.
Right, like okay, so I don't like to be like dragging other people for their money or lack thereof, because like, who am I to judge? But I do. Is Monique Samuels kind of like going through it? I don't know. Just, I'm curious.
I'm also curious.
Like, I don't think Not for Lazy Moms is bringing in millions. I don't know where she left with her oils. Did she have essential oils? Yeah. Like, what was the...
I don't know where she left off with that.
To me, like, the Monique Samuels, like, LLC could be giving, like, Wild Rose Beauty a little bit.
Could be. I think it is.
Wait, also, Wild Rose Beauty had 30 employees. Who? For what?
No, that's what I mean. Like, who are you? Come forward.
Does that count, like, the people doing the Alibaba customer service, or...
Yeah, like, who are you including? Justin, Bobby, and her son?
Justin,
like, I don't
Bobby,
get it.
And her son.
I don't remember.
Justin Bobby just makes me think of the Hills.
Oh my God, Justin Bobby. He's a hairdresser now.
Justin Bobby. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is Whitney's son's name?
I don't know her son's name.
Bryce? No.
Justin Jr.?
Bobby and Justin Bobby. No, I think it's a B. I think this is a good place to talk about Salt Lake City.
Perfect segue.
We have been on an RV trip to hell and back. Lisa, we've already gotten Gout Dick out of the way from the trailer. How are you taking in these first couple episodes?
Of course, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with these women, period. Like, there's not a woman on this franchise that I hate. I think they're all so crucial to the show. I think they're aliens. Like, they're not of our world. Like, they're otherworldly in the way that they dress, talk, maneuver their way through their friendships, like their businesses. Like, I just find them to be incredible television. I am really enjoying how quickly we are getting into everything. Like, I thought Gout Dick Sucker would be like finale vibes. This is like the second episode. You suck gout dick. Have you Googled it? Don't, Dylan.
I just like, has Lisa Googled it? Like, where did that even come from?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, who are these women? Like, it's crazy.
I think watching the second episode, I have to say, I'm kind of glad the way it worked out for Lisa not to be in the premiere, because I do think, I'm not sure we ever would have gotten a conversation about Lisa's lawsuits, however legit those are, if Lisa had been on that trip, if Lisa had been with the group from the start. I'm sure somebody would have brought it up on camera in some way, but the fact of Lisa not being there and her still being the main topic of conversation set up so beautifully this mess for the second episode, where of course Heather reports back immediately, because she's a loyal little Girl Scout in the troop of Lisa Barlow. She reports back that, Angie compared her to, she was talking about her. Meredith didn't stand up for her. Whitney was talking shit. Bronwyn was talking shit. Like, Lisa being primed to explode at this random socialite lady Amy's party.
Amy and Jim.
It was like exactly the second episode, like shot out of a cannon, Lisa Barlow energy that I think we needed. And I don't know if we would have gotten if she just like showed up to the RV trip.
I agree. I also feel like she wouldn't allow any sort of conversation to happen. So like she wouldn't allow them to really be able like talk about it. She would probably interrupt a lot. It would just kind of explode. And like, we wouldn't get any sort of like information, that Bronwyn gathered from the Salt Lake Tribune. And I love when Lisa Barlow, I love when they wind her up and they just like let her go. Like, and she goes off.
She's very predictable in that way. I do like Bronwyn is so interesting to me because I do kind of wonder like if she really is like invested at all in being friends with these women. Cause it does seem like this thing with Lisa Barlow, like last season, theoretically, she really wanted to be friends with Lisa until a certain point. And, Heather brings this up. She says that after the reunion last season, Lisa went really hard on her. So now she's just meeting her where she's at. But like when Bronwyn is saying, oh, I read an article that I didn't have to go digging, like it's out there in the news. It's like, okay, but you also are like specifically talking about details of like, oh, you were trying to cover something up from your husband, or, oh, there was an Amex in somebody else's name. Like Bronwyn knows more about this than just like, oh yeah, somebody sent me an article and I skimmed it 3 months ago.
I don't think she went looking for it, but I definitely think, people were probably DMing it to her and she was like, oh, and, just gathering like a ton of information. I don't think Bronwyn genuinely wants to be friends with any of these people. Like, I think she wants to get along with some of them, but I don't think she's like searching for deep, meaningful friendships with Meredith Marks. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think she's just kind of there to be like the bone carrier. Do you think like Sheree vibes?
I don't know if she's trying to like just establish her kind of personal brand. I don't know. Cause I know she has a book coming out, I think, that she's working on with she has like a co-author. I don't know. I do think that whenever you have a cast on one of these shows that's mostly people that have been there for a long time, everybody else in the cast at this point, with the exception of Brittany, has been around since the first few seasons. Angie is the other like newbie, and she feels like such a part of the DNA of the show at this point. So whenever you have like one person coming in a group of people that are very established, I think Stephanie on Miami has kind of bumped on the same thing this season. It's like, it does kind of feel like, okay, this is an established group of friends or, coworkers who act like friends, or people who hate each other, but, are in each other's lives for years at this point. And then what is your kind of goal of joining the group? Obviously, it's not anybody's like fault that they're getting cast on a TV show as the new person, but like, are you genuinely thinking that you're going to come in and become real friends with Marisol and Alexia? Or are you thinking that you're going to come in and get some good exposure for your business and get a lot of Instagram followers and show off your fabulous lifestyle? And then like, maybe you'll make a fun, birthday friend along the way. I don't think that there's necessarily a right or a wrong way to approach it, but I do think it's like, it's unrealistic to think you're going to come into an established group and just like become sisters with everyone.
I feel for them. Like Stephanie, for example, like even though I'm not like her biggest fan, and Bronwyn, like I really did like a 180 on Bronwyn on this episode, because last season I don't really like get her. And I don't think I have to. It's just like I had a hard time with her last season. I also just have a thing about housewives that lead with fashion so much, because I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not watching this because I know that designer and like I want to wear a heart jacket. Like, I'm watching it for the reason I was watching it Tuesday, where Bronwyn's like going back at Lisa, and Bronwyn was able to kind of really get at Lisa in such a succinct way that I don't think any of these other women have been able to like really get at her.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that like fashion or kind of any sort of like tangible like fabulousness, to me that's like a bonus. That's like an extra element that can make somebody more fun to follow on Instagram, or can make somebody like, you know, more exciting to see at BravoCon or whatever. But it's like, I don't turn on the show to see clothes coming down the runway. Like, that's a different show that I am not currently watching because it's on Freeform, I think. Project Runway, sorry. But like, yeah, I think that Bronwyn is... I think that she has enough substance to sort of like sustain and be more than just the fashion. And honestly, even her conversation with Heather this week, I thought was interesting because I understood where she was coming from when she made the comment about their kind of like different views on empty nesting at the camping trip. I also understood why Heather took it a different way. But I think that with that, it's like, I can see Heather and Bronwyn having this kind of like simmering, we're talking about stuff, we're saying that we're moving on, but things are not 100% good between them. I don't think they will be anytime soon. And I think that that type of sort of like touch and go, you know, frenemy dynamic, that is a good thing for a show like this to have, because you can't have it all be, you know, the most massive blow ups or no drama at all. Like, having those kind of like lower level conflicts, I think are really important.
Yeah. I love that this show, it's very dynamic. Like, there's a lot of different dynamics going on. Like, you have Bronwyn and Heather, you have like Whitney and Heather. Sometimes you have Whitney and Mary. Mary calls her stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you always, like, there's so much going on. And I will say, in Bronwyn's defense of that moment around that campfire, what Heather said like was a little shocking. Like, you just never hear someone be like, I can't wait for my kid to get out of the house. It's like, oh, and then she's like, I really hated this chapter of my life. And it's like, I understand that like your feelings are valid, but it was a shock. Like, I was taken aback by that.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where like the sentiment makes sense, especially when you consider the fact that she has been the sole provider, the full-time, you know, guardian, all of this stuff. But it is kind of like, your daughter's gonna like watch this.
No, it was like shocking. I was like, Heather, what? It was crazy.
Yeah, compared to like all the Housewives storylines that we've seen where their kid goes off to college and it's like somebody has died.
No, like their world's ending.
Like, Heather's like, I'm cranking up the margarita machine as she packs.
Like, get the fuck out. She's pushing her out the door. And I love that she just was like, basically, like, her daughter leaves for college and she's basically like, I'm not a mom anymore. Like, I'm me. It's like, they're still like young and they need their mom. It's just, and here's the thing. I get what she's saying. I can't imagine being in that situation, like where your husband basically leaves and you're stuck like picking up all the pieces. But yeah, it was just shocking to hear.
She's going to be in her good time girl era once again.
She really is. That house is going to be turned upside down.
I do wonder, this is not something that I've thought about much, but like, do you think we will ever see Heather in a real relationship on this show?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I just can't picture it.
I kind of can't picture it either. And I guess like the way that she talks about after her divorce and, you know, raising her teenage daughters like on her own, it makes sense that dating would not have been high on her list of priorities in the last several years. But I agree. Even as the empty nester, I kind of can't picture her like with a boyfriend. Because I'm like, I look at the men on Salt Lake City and I love that while the ladies are screaming at each other at this party, it cuts to Seth Marks asking Jared Osmond if he feels like he's in love with Brittany.
And he's like, are you madly in love?
Are you madly in love with her? It's such a like dumb boy conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't picture Heather walking in with like her own version of Jared Osmond and being like, this is my boyfriend. Everybody, that now my storyline is that I'm in love. Like, I just don't see that for her. Not in like oh, she couldn't get a man, or, oh, I like don't think that she has that in her. It's just like, I almost don't like want that for her.
I'm going to say this and it might sound mean, but I don't mean it in a mean way. She doesn't have a sexual energy about her. Like, I can't picture Heather Gay, like, kissing someone. Like, it just doesn't feel like something I can imagine. Like, whereas, like, with Brittany and Jared, like, I bet you those two tear each other apart. Okay, whether I like it or not.
Not on the Lord's Day. You know, not at Mormon family night.
Did you see her on the scooter? Oh, no. What are you talking about? There's this video of Brittany and Jared, and they're on one of those like Lime scooters, but they're on the same one, and they're like zooming, and then they get off, and then she slaps his butt. It was crazy. And someone was like, she lives like a rom-com. Like, what's going on here? It was wild.
Her social media presence is one of the more chaotic Bravo Celebrity social media presences. I think she's genuinely having fun with it. So I don't like to be too much of like I don't want to overanalyze something that I think is not that serious.
Right.
But it is kind of like, damn, she is truly just like, she's living her best life. She's just a quirky gal.
To me, she's like a Utah Jen Pedranti. Like, she just, like, I don't know what goes on in her head, and I don't care. Like, I'm enjoying it.
I do wonder, like, what's the sitch with her kids that like weren't speaking to her. I don't think we've gotten an update there, but that also is kind of Jen Pedranti-ish.
Yeah. And like the women don't ask. They don't care.
Well, they don't care. And that's the thing. Right. It's like, unless it becomes ting, 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 I have an announcement. My daughter's, answered a text. Like, I don't think the show doesn't really seem interested in like diving deep into Brittany at this point, which I'm okay with. But I do wonder, like, at a certain point, like, I feel like last season it was a fun, new, quirky energy. Her getting screamed at for filming in the Sprinter was an epic moment. If this season plays out and we don't get any more layers to Brittany, I do kind of feel like, okay, like, shit or get off the pot. Like, you don't need another contract. But like, I enjoy her. I like
her as a friend. Like, just having her around, it's fun. I like when these shows have friends of. Like, I think that's what made New York so fun. Is like, you were like, oh, there's Joni, like, or there's that Amanda. Like, there's just like these crazy people around them, and I think that is so fun.
Okay, well, it has come to the time of the show where we have some very important opinions to share. If you are not familiar, this is our segment inspired, of course, by the OC, the hottest housewife in the OC, Tamra Judge, where we each have 1 minute to share a hot take or opinion that can be about something specific on Bravo or about something very general on reality TV overall. Should I go first or should you go first, Sam? Do you want to start?
I can go first.
Why don't you go first? Guest of honor. So, Sam, you're going to have 60 seconds.
I'm nervous.
Starting now.
Okay, so I need these women to stop starting businesses on the show. If they come in with an already established empire, such as Kelly on Atlanta with her waffles, I'm happy to watch. I'm happy to enjoy. But not everyone is going to be skinny girl margaritas, and everyone needs to stop, because if I see one more launch party, if I have to go to another event of a business that is not going to be anything in 8 months, I do not care. Like, I went to, how many businesses does Cynthia Bailey have? She had about 6. It was like one every single season. It was just like, it's hard to invest and like want to watch something that I know will never be anything. Like True Renewal with Ramona, nothing ever came of it. Wild Rose Beauty is, I mean, I don't know what that is. So yeah, that's it. That's my opinion.
That's your opinion. I have to concur. I think that every once in a while, the journey of attempting to start the business can be good TV. Like, think of Sonia Morgan's saga of trying to do toaster ovens and then clothes. But like, On the whole, yeah, it's a little, I feel like we have sort of reached the saturation point where it's like, especially if you're like a first or second season housewife, people are going to forget about you next week, respectfully, with all the love in the world.
With all due.
Do you remember?
Do you remember Gina's skincare line?
Gina's skincare line. I feel mean bringing this one up, but what was Sonia on Atlanta's like Mommy Nation or something with the hoodies?
Oh, yes. And I loved her. I'm like, you don't need to do this.
Yeah, I think it's hard because obviously like in this economy, people feel the need to capitalize on momentum or opportunity. But it is like doing the whole thing of like, oh, we're having a launch party. We're doing a photo shoot. It does feel sort of like it feels like it's a vanity thing more than like a business opportunity thing.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel what Lisa Barlow has done with like her Wendy's partnership, for example, is like a great way, like a great route people should take on these shows. Like Melissa and her sprinkle cookies. Like that to me was like a collaboration that made sense.
Right. There's that like organic tie-in to what we already know about them versus like, I have skin. Why don't I care for it?
It's like, I like to wear dresses, so let's like make class with, what was it, Luann's like HSN line, the Countess line or something.
Well, and she had her jewelry too.
Oh, her statement necklaces. Yeah.
Okay, so my opinion today is that in the light of the news about Lisa Rinna's book coming out and Sheena's book that I just read recently and Macy's book that I need to start reading as soon as I hop off this recording and Dorit's book coming out in the spring, I'm going to pivot here and go, I think, the opposite direction that people might expect. I say the more the merrier. If you think you want to write a book, write the damn book. If you can get a check to write a book or to have somebody write a book for you and you kind of sign off on it, or you talk into a voice memo and then somebody kind of like zhuzhes that up into 180 pages, and then you can get a publisher to pay you to put that out and to sell that into the world, more power to you. If you don't want to read it, you don't have to. Certainly some of these books are better than others, but hey, literature is literature, and I support the arts, and I support all of these memoirs, good, bad, and in between. And that's my opinion.
I'm shocked.
Now, in 6 months, when I'm sitting down with a copy of Dorit's book in hand, I might feel differently. If I have plans that weekend and I'm stressed about finishing, what's it called? Unburdened or Unchained or whatever. I don't know. I like write the damn book.
It's never the people that I want to write memoirs. Like I need Alexia's memoir now. Like that woman has lived a life. What is that? Show it to me again. Shattered.
I'm holding currently a copy of
In the Eye of the
Faye D.
Storm.
Resnick, Shattered in the Eye of the Storm. I bought this. It's used. I think I bought this during the pandemic when I wasn't spending money on anything else, and I was like, "What dumb thing can I buy?" That's a memoir I would like to read. I haven't read it actually. It's from This is from 1996.
Wow.
Is this worth a lot of money, do you think?
It might be, honestly, an original copy.
Wow.
And that was like right after it happened, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she really cashed in, which morally corrupt the allegations. I don't know. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see what these new memoirs bring to us. And that's all. And
Dorit is a woman of the world, or a student of the world, or whatever she said. So maybe she has something interesting.
Dorit is somebody where I feel like there are stories from before Housewives that we haven't heard that could be a little interesting. The thing that I don't trust with her is like, I don't feel like we're going to get all the answers we want about PK and the money situation. So like, I'm kind of like, okay, what's the point if we're not going to be like really open and honest, as Kyle Richards might say?
Yeah.
But I guess I'll find out, because I'm going to read the damn book.
You're going to read it. I feel like Lisa Rinna's book might be good because she's been in Hollywood for so long that I feel like there's a lot that she could say.
I think the only other book she wrote was about giving blowjobs like 25 years ago. So she's due for a new volume. Well, Sam, thank you so much for joining today. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Well, everyone should be following Bravo by Betches. And if you're listening to this and you're not following it, that's crazy. But please follow. Also follow Bravo Historian. I don't know what I post about over there. Sometimes it's Akatar. Sometimes it's Glenn Powell. I don't know. And yeah.
You were doing a really extensive story roundup of all of your beauty products over the weekend that I was reading that like it was Dorit's memoir, and truly I'm like, I'm never gonna buy this bronzer, but I need to know how many lipsticks you gave it.
Yeah, it was like 2 out of 5. 2
out of 5, used it, wouldn't buy it again.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I love that. We need critics in our society, and I support you.
I'm
in that
Law
endeavor.
Roach.
You're the Law Roach of half-used beauty products.
Exactly.
Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and until next time, be cool. Don't be all like uncool.